What's up, fight fans? In today's video, the MMA world is buzzing with headlines, starting with fresh training footage of Conor McGregor that has sparked heavy criticism, many fans calling his speed too slow. Meanwhile, Henry Cejudo and Kamaru Usman were left stunned after Cejudo's stolen UFC belt mysteriously showed up on eBay. In other news, Petr Yan is making serious waves by calling out Umar Nurmagomedov for a 5-round showdown. Yan surprised many with his direct challenge, saying, "Let's do it in Baku or Abu Dhabi for 5 rounds. I want to fight for the belt, but everyone in the top 5 to top 10 is booked. I don't want to wait 6 months. Umar, I hope those scratches are healed. Let's go." Umar responded right away, clearly intrigued by the challenge, but made it clear he wouldn't rush his return due to injury. "As much as I want it, I can only fight in October. Fighting with an arm injury would be foolish. I'll return at 100%. If someone's in a hurry, no problem. We'll meet eventually," he said. His manager, Rizvan Magomedov, confirmed that October in Abu Dhabi could be a realistic target, depending on Umar's recovery timeline. "We initially aimed for late summer, but rehab is taking longer. A fight with Yan makes perfect sense, Umar's championship material, and this is how he proves it." Yan, however, wasn't entirely satisfied with the wait, responding that Umar isn't ready and expressing hope for a worthy challenge in June, Baku, or July, Abu Dhabi. If this fight does come together, it's a dream scenario for fans and could deliver serious numbers at the box office. If it happens, who do you think takes it? Drop your predictions in the comments below. As for McGregor, he recently claimed he'll be tuning in for this weekend's Michael Chandler vs Paddy Pimblett fight, but fans remain skeptical. Over the past year, McGregor has made similar claims that went nowhere. He even posted some pad work clips, but the response was mixed, some calling it lackluster. One user bluntly commented, "Too slow," while another jabbed, "Because you made the dude wait 3 years and now you feel bad." Still, McGregor's loyal fans hold on to hope. One supporter wrote, "Even though he hasn't fought in 4 years, and he's always out partying, I've never seen him out of shape." On the flip side, others are calling for a new chapter, no more fights. Ireland needs you. Put on that Mayweather press conference suit and go where you belong. Even Michael Chandler chimed in, half-jokingly suggesting fans should vote McGregor for office, because at this point, nothing would surprise us.
It's a presidential bid for Ireland.
I think you should vote. I think you should vote for Conor McGregor for president of Ireland if you're a resident of Ireland. No, I mean, I don't know. You don't know what's up with what Conor's thinking. It could just be a political stunt. Could just be for attention. Not a bad move if it is. And
but are we looking at something on eBay right now? Is there what? Hey, Henry, is this the belt that was stolen?
Nah, is it?
Henry Cejudo original UFC flyweight belt by DJ Mao or whatever that is. What is that? When was that posted? Can we find out exactly when?
Yeah, no, they're fucking with us. They're messing around.
12 hours? Selling DJ Mouse. Oh my god! What?
Yeah, no, they're fucking with this.
but is that belt? Is it the old style?
Yeah,
belt
it's
right
the
there?
old school belt. It's the old school belt. So that's the one that I beat. That's one that I beat from Demetrius Johnson, dude.
Yeah, by DJ Mouse.
As you may have heard, news broke this week about a break-in at Henry Cejudo's home in Phoenix, during which his UFC championship belt was stolen. In a bizarre twist, both Cejudo and Kamaru Usman were stunned to discover that the missing belt had mysteriously resurfaced for sale on eBay.
We should open this thing up. There it is. There it is. From Moscow to New York. And I finally got my Big Daddy. There you go. Don't you ever leave my sight again. You hear me? You hear me?
There you go, man.
I missed you. I missed her. And I appreciate it, bro.
No problem, bro. Anytime,
Thank
man.
you guys for everything.
No problem.
Thank you. Here it is.
There it is, right there.
Got my belt back.
But this isn't the first time Cejudo has been separated from that belt. Back in 2018, during a trip to Russia, he lost the very same championship while traveling. It mysteriously vanished in transit, sparking panic among his team and fans. Fortunately, after a few tense days and some international coordination, the belt was eventually located and safely returned to him.
But Ilya has that power, and that's, you know, with like Islam, you know, he's going to move up.
Yeah, but
people want to count him out. I'm like, I'm telling you, like, he's just as dangerous as anybody, you know, because of, you know, he's going to look for that chin, and he's going to, if he touches it, he can.
Well, we saw Islam get knocked out before.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, and Ilya, if anyone can test that chin again, it's Ilya as well. So you got to. I think that fight will happen.
That's what I was going to say. Do you think he gets a title fight, and like, do you think he actually beats Makhachev?
The fact that he vacated,
because you fought them both.
In a recent interview, former featherweight champion Alexander Volkanovski named Ilia Topuria as the biggest threat to current lightweight king Islam Makhachev. While many continue to view Makhachev's grappling as virtually untouchable, Volkanovski, who went 5 grueling rounds with the Dagestani star, understands better than most what it takes to truly challenge him.
Yeah, well, that's it, right? Like, people can ask you, what do you think? I mean, it's pretty simple if anyone looking at it. Ilya is that dangerous. The only way I see even Islam losing is someone catching him.
Mm-hmm.
Same with myself.
Yeah.
So, but who's got the best chance of doing that? Someone like Ilya.
Yeah.
So it's definitely a fun fight. I think, look, if it goes 25 minutes, it's all Islam. But there's a good chance Ilya can catch him because he's obviously got that very tidy boxing. Them earlier rounds, you know, I think his takedown defense might help him a bit, and you know, but them later rounds, you know, what I thought, you know, he would struggle with Max, but he was able to put him out before then, would be the same case with Islam.
We're just a few days out from the next big UFC event, and there's a lot going on in Miami. In the main fight, ex-champ Alexander Volkanovski is trying to win back the featherweight title, and he's going up against Diego Lopez, who's fighting for a belt for the first time.
Thank you, gentlemen. See you tomorrow.
But
we're just days away from the next major UFC event, and Miami is buzzing with energy. In the main event, former champ Alexander Volkanovski is set to battle Diego Lopez as he attempts to reclaim the featherweight title, while Lopez steps into his first ever title fight. But before they touch gloves, tensions already flared. Diego Lopez and Yair Rodriguez got into a heated exchange during Thursday's press conference, adding even more fire to an already electric fight week.
Thank you, gentlemen. Good luck tomorrow.
Because look, this is the UFC, but the fans still act like it's the WWE. They pick who's goody, who's the baddie, who's the good guy, who's the heel. And right now you're in that position, so just relish in it and everything else and go for the win. I'm gonna go Bryce. Because of the experience. But look, I will not be surprised if John goes in there and just does work. Because Bryce, good striker, but sometimes when he's striking, he can't manage the distance properly. He starts to shoot from a distance that isn't really going to get the most success. And Jean, even from that little clip, I love the way he manages his distance. He was able to just find it. Yeah. And right now, there's a little bit of beef. It's kind of cool to see because it's going to get them heated up. But just off experience, I'm going to go Bryce because he's been in there with some of the best. Even though he's lost, it's just experience. And Bryce is no joke, man. But I won't be surprised if John takes this one out. But official bet, I'm going to go Bryce Mitchell. Method of victory? I'm going to go decision.
Max Holloway thinks Alexander Volkanovski is going to take the win over Diego Lopez.
There's only two ways I see this fight going. If Alex be the winner, I think he goes to vintage Alex, you know, stick and move, pop shot, and enterprise leg kicks, maybe grapple, maybe against the fence, some dirty boxing against the fence, you know, and he ekes out a decision, you know, maybe a unanimous decision. Or if Diego wins, it's within the first 3 rounds, bro. I think Diego catches him. Diego likes to, bro, he starts, like, he comes at you, you know, like 100 miles per hour, bro. He comes at you, you know, and he's like a crazy trained. He's like a train flying off the tracks, bro. He comes running at you, punching at you. So I think the most dangerous part for this fight is definitely the first 2 rounds for Volk, maybe 3. But if Volk goes to vintage Volk, sticking and moving, leg kicking, being smart, you know, getting him against the cage, ground upon him, maybe even take him down here and there, you know. At the end of the day, I think Volk's recapture, but I can see Diego capturing it and catching Volk, but it's MMA, we see what happens.
Guys, it's mealtime. We got a cold 6-ounce New York strip with Romesco. And the tip on fight week that is a veteran move that a lot of people aren't willing to do is you take it cold, you dip it, and you eat it by hand. The only way you don't fight week is to eat it by hand. Okay? You're not sitting down, you're not dining, you're not making an experience. You get the food, you dip it, nice and cold. Just came out of the refrigerator. Cold, a little bit hard, makes you feel alive. Makes you feel a little bit like an animal. Makes you feel like you're about to go inside that cage and rip someone's face off. Cold steak. God bless. See you at the top.
Rodriguez and Lopes kept the tension high even after the press conference, needing to be physically separated as their feud spilled over. And they weren't the only ones bringing the heat. Bryce Mitchell and Jonderson Brito also shared a fiery face-off, adding even more intensity to an already stacked fight card.
My hardest opponent was Jeff Neal. Reason being is the guy hits like a truck and he's an absolute unit of a man. We wait in California, you have to mandatory test your weight again the night of the fight. So you have to stand on the scales in your boxes the night of the fight so they can check the rehydration. I was like 182 or something ridiculously light because I didn't want to gain a lot of weight. I wanted to be fast, like a hummingbird. Jeff Neal was 202 pounds. The guy was an absolute machine. I hit him in that fight clean. I kneed him in the face like 6 times clean. I've seen people drop like a sack of spuds all across the world, like they've been shot when I kicked him in the body. I kicked that man as clean as a clean gets, and he went, ugh. And I knew at that moment it was going to be a long night. He was by far my toughest opponent mentally and physically in that octagon.
He can do conference calls in here. He can film his podcasts in here. It's one of the coolest things I've ever seen. I gotta have one.
Rodriguez and Lopes kept the tension high even after the press conference, needing to be physically separated as their feud spilled over. And they weren't the only ones bringing the heat. Bryce Mitchell and Jonderson Brito also shared a fiery face-off, adding even more intensity to an already stacked fight card.